Welcome back to Dead Man Deezy's Kanji Study Streams. We got 12 new vocabulary words coming at you hot off the presses. And by that I mean they're out of a dictionary. We are going to go over 12 new vocabulary words every day, forever, until we are Japanese linguists. Right now we're studying the Japanese language proficiency test, the N3 level. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first word of the day is kanzume. Kanzume is canned food or stuck in a confined space. Kanji in this one are a can, just a can on the left, kind of looks like a can. On the right side we have zume for to fill or to pack something. Kanzume is literally a can filled. Kanzume. Kanzume, a filled can. Kanzume are canned goods or canned food. Can also refer to being stuck in a confined space or confining yourself to a space for the purposes of studying or whatever you need to get done. Kanzume. Kanzume desu. Canned food or sticking yourself in a confined space. Kanzume. 次は時間割。時間割 is a timetable or a schedule. Jikan is time itself, and wari on this right side, this kanji, just means to divide or to break apart. So the breaking up of time is a timetable or a schedule. Jikanwari. Jikanwari is a timetable or a schedule. The breaking up of time itself. Jikanwari. 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 Sorry. Jikanwari is a timetable or a schedule. Jikanwari. じゃあ次は is a handle or a steering wheel. Could also be a handlebar, which is a handle. Handle is a handle. Handle. Handle is a handle. Handle is a handle. じゃあ次、叩く is to strike or to play the drums. You get the idea. It's in general to be hitting someone either verbally or physically. Our kanji here on the left side is a mouth on the left side next to a seal. So when you hit someone, they're probably going to seal their mouth up. Sealing on the right of the mouth is hataku or ko. I get that right? It's tataku, right? Hataku. Tataku, hataku, or ko. Hataku, tataku, or ko is to strike, beat, or hit. Hataku or tataku. Hataku or tataku. To strike or criticize. Hataku, tataku, or ko. Hataku, tataku, or ko. Hataku is to strike. to play the drums or to abuse someone. Tataku. じゃあ次は元づく. Motozuku is to be grounded on or to be based on. This first kanji is moto, or ki, which is the fundamentals or foundation of something. It can also be a counter for machines. A lot of words that mean the basis or foundation of something are pronounced moto, and I'm happy that this one is too. Radicals in this kanji are that, which is this kind of eye looking thing or eyelash looking thing on top of this 8. That is our that radical, and underneath that is ground. So that ground is that thing is grounded on. That is grounded on. Motozuku, to be grounded on. That is grounded on. Motozuku. No, moto or ki. Moto or ki are pronunciations for this kanji, which are fundamentals or a counter for machines. Motozuku no moto. Motozuku no moto, with our radicals for that and ground. That thing there is grounded on what? Motozuku no moto. Motozuku no moto. Motozuku no moto. Hokani ki. Or that. Above the ground. That ground. That is grounded in something. Motozuku. Motozuku is to be grounded in or based on. Moto or ki, which means the basis or fundamentals. Tsuki wa idai, which is great, grand, magnificent, or outstanding. Our first kanji here is erai, or e, which means admiral or greatness, remarkable or famous. Radicals in this kanji are, on the left side we have a person, so that's a person on the left side. And on the right side, we have tanned leather. We've seen this in other kanji, but this one is specifically admirable or greatness. I guess we can think of this as a person in leather has some good qualities about them. They're admirable or great, as in like Robin Hood wearing, his green leather. Oh, this guy can afford leather, I guess. That's how you can think about it. Anyway, idai is great, grand, or magnificent, with the kanji for erai or e. Erai is in Japan often used to kind of praise children, like erai, like that's great. That's something great that they've done. Erai or e is admirable or greatness. Erai. 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 Erai is admirable or greatness. Erai. 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 Or idai, which is great, grand, or magnificent. Idai. じゃあ次はkigen. Kigen is your humored mood or temper. It also means specifically being in a good mood, which is odd because the kanji for this one, on the left side we have a mechanism, and on the right side we have of hate or detesting something. So I'm going to think of this like being in a good mood or having good humor is The same mechanism by which you get to hate. Oddly enough. So Kigen is humor, mood, or temper, with our mechanism by which you hate is also the one by which you feel good. Kigen. Kigen. Kigen is our mechanism of hate, but it means to be in a good mood or your mood and humors in general. Kigen. 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 Kigen is your mood, specifically a good one. Kigen. Kigen. Humor or a temper, or to be in a good mood. じゃあ次は基本的. Ki is the basis or basic something. Hon is a book, and teki is kind of natural to something. It's in the same order as something else. So Kihon is kind of a basic book, and Teki is a basic book like that for a fundamental or basic thing. Kihon Teki is fundamental or basic. Kihon Teki. Kihon Teki. Kihon Teki is a fundamental or basic thing. Kihon Teki. Kihon Teki is a fundamental or basic aspect of something. Kihon Teki. じゃあ次は時刻表. Jikokyo is our second word today that means a timetable or a schedule. On the left side, we have time with Ji. In the center, we have kizamu, or koku. In this case, koku, which is to engrave, carve, or to chop. And our final kanji on the right side is, I think it's to show? Right, it's a diagram, a table, or a chart. So a diagram of carved out time is jikoku-hyo, a diagram of carved out time. Jikoku-hyo. Jikoku-hyo, a heart. Jikoku-hyo is a timetable or a schedule. Koku, or kizamu, is an engraving, a carving, or to chop. Radicals in this kanji are the sign of the hog. So this is a hog on the left side, another way to write hog. And on the right side, we have a sword, or katana. So the sword carves up the pig. Kizamu or koku, an engraving or a carving. Jikoku-hyo no koku. Jikoku no koku is to engrave, carving, time, or chop. Kizamu. Kizamu or koku. An engraving, carving. Kizamu. Kizamu or koku. Kizamu or koku. Kizamu or Jikoku. Kizamu or koku as in jikoku hyo. Jikoku hyo. Jikoku hyo is a diagram of carved out time or a timetable. Jikoku hyo. Juban is koshimo, not one bit or anything of. The literal translation I want to use is not even a little bit of. Sukoshi is a little bit. And shimo is usually added to the ends of things to indicate that it's not that. So kanarazu shimo is the form of kanarazu, or certainly. That means not certainly or not every time. And then the same way this means not even a little bit of. Sukoshi is a little bit, and sukoshimo is not even a little bit. Sukoshimo. Sukoshimo is not even a little bit. Sukoshimo is not even a little bit. Sukoshimo is not even a little bit. Number 11 is sunika. This is an easy one. Sneaker is just sunika. Sunika. With those drawn out ni and ka. Sunika. Sunika is a sneaker. And our last word for today is yagate, which is before long, soon, almost, or nearly. Finally, or at the end. Yagate. Yagate. Not yagate, but yagate. Yagate is at the end, at the very end. Yagate. Yagate is finally or at the end. Let's go back to the top. Make sure we got all these down pat for now. First is canned food, or kanzume. Things packed into a can. Kanzume. Kanzume. Tsugi wa a timetable or a schedule, which is our jikan wari, or our division of time. Jikan wari, or a division of time. Jikan wari. 次はね、何でしょうかな次はハンドル。ハンドルです。ハンドル is a handlebar or a steering wheel. Next is to strike, or play the drums, or generally abuse someone, which is tataku. 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 To strike, play drums, or generally abuse. To be grounded on or to be based on is motozuku, with that radical over ground radical. Motozuku is to be grounded on or based on. Next is great, grand, or magnificent, with idai, with a person wearing a lot of leather. I guess ancient Japanese loved bikers. And idai, grand, magnificent, or outstanding. Next is your humor, mood, or temper, or kigen, which are mechanism, or ironically, hate. Mechanism of hate is your mood, temper, or it can also be a good mood. Kigen. Kigen. Tsuki wa fundamentals or basic. Fundamentals or basic. Kihon teki, that's right. Just like with teki, a groundable book. Kihon teki is the fundamentals or basics of something. If you want, you can think of it as the book of fundamentals. Kihon teki. Even though it's not, it's just fundamental or basic. Kihon teki. Tsugi wa jikoku hyo. Jikoku hyo, which is a timetable or a schedule, or a diagram of carved out time. Ji for time. Koku for carving out. And Jikokyo. Or a diagram. Jikokyo is a timetable or a schedule. Not one bit or anything of is skoshimo. Skoshimo, or not even a little bit. Next is sneaker. Sneaker desu. Sneaker. Sneaker is sneakers. And finally, before long, soon, almost, nearly, or finally at the end is yagate. Yagate. Yagate desu. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow for another wonderful lesson of Japanese. Thanks, everyone. じゃあまた明日ね。どうも。